So today we're going to talk about oxidation, okay? A very exciting topic. Originally, this meant adding oxygen to a compound and the losing of an electron, okay? When you lose an electron from an atom, you create a free radical. So these atoms have paired electrons. As an example, you have this plate and you're spinning it, right, on your finger, and it has two weights on it. And you can balance that plate as you spin it, okay? But a free radical is when you remove an electron and you have what's called an unpaired electron. So it just has one weight on a plate and you're spinning this thing. Well, guess what? It's going to fly off and break something. Well, in the body, it's going to start damaging tissue, DNA, etc. So that's the problem with free radicals, okay? And it could come from adding an oxygen to some other compound. Now, the definition has expanded to the creation of free radicals without the oxygen. Another example would be biting into an apple. If you leave it exposed to oxygen, it's going to turn brown, right? But if you add an antioxidant like lemon, it doesn't turn brown. So what an antioxidant does is it donates an electron to make things more symmetrical and stabilize this atom. And antioxidants always come in a group or a network in food. This is why when an antioxidant donates, it becomes now unstable and it needs to borrow from another antioxidant. And this is why you need a network of antioxidants. So let me give you some examples of an oxidant. The top oxidizer is glucose, okay? So what's going to happen if you have high sugar in your blood, your body's going to metabolize that. It's going to create a massive amount of oxidation, okay? It's called ROS, okay? You don't need to know the long term, but you just need to know this is oxidation on steroids. So you have all this oxidation, all this free radical damage from consuming a lot of glucose. Now it's interesting, when you consume antioxidants, and a lot of different nutrients act as an antioxidant, like zinc, selenium, even though they're minerals, they're not like vitamin C, for example, they act like an antioxidant. And then you have vitamin E, vitamin C, even vitamin D, and even ketones can all act as an antioxidant to reduce the complications of diabetes, for example. And that's what it's really doing. It's minimizing the damage control. But glucose is at the top of the list. Next one, vegetable oils, highly unstable. They're always cooked to stabilize them, but typically they're an omega-6 fatty acid that becomes very unstable. I'm going to talk more about this in a second. And then we have iron. Think about when you have like rust. If you combine oxygen with iron, you get rust. So iron in very high amounts in your body is